Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the video conference for the 2017 BC Hockey Pee Tier 3 Championship that's going to be hosted in Dawson Creek. We're really looking forward to this championship. The host committee has done a fantastic job in Dawson Creek to make sure that everyone attending is going to have a first-class experience and really enjoy themselves around the championships. Host committee's been working on this for about the past 6 or 7 months, and now we're just over a week out from the start of the championships, and they're ramping up and they're finalizing all the last minute details, and are looking forward to having all of the teams in attendance and enjoying themselves over the 4-day event. So what we're doing here this morning is we wanted to speak with, reach out to all of our teams that are attending to provide information and to make sure that you're fully prepared and ready to go heading into the BC Hockey Championships. So there's going to be a recording that you're going to be able to view afterwards. So if you miss something or you need anything, you can pass this on and people can view it as well. What we're going to do is during the course of the video conference here, you're going to be able to submit any questions via the chat box. So they'll all be queued until the end. So feel free to ask as we move through, and more than happy to answer them at the end of the video conference. So the first thing that we want to touch on is just to remind everyone of the host package. So the host package contains valuable information that's going to make sure that you're fully prepared before you get into Dawson Creek and understand everything that you need to know. So each of our hosts have put together this information, and it can be found on the BC Hockey website. So if you go under Programs and Championships and you click Host Info, scroll down to get to Dawson Creek and click the PDF. From there, that's going to take you to a document that has all the information that you need to know from the facility, hotels, transportation, meals, what can be done in the city while you're there. So the host has worked very hard to put this together to make sure that it answers as many questions as possible for those coming in, and ensures that that you have a much better understanding of how things are going to flow and what to be prepared for. So highly recommend, if you haven't already, checking that out to make sure you have all the details that you need heading into the championship next weekend. So next up is the schedule. So the Pee Wee Tier 3, it's a 9-team event. The schedule that you see on there is not your schedule. It's just one that I pulled from our website. So with it being a 9-team event, you're looking at it being broken down into 2 pools, a Pool A, Pool B, with 4 and 5 teams in them respectively. With this, that's the fairest possible way to break down a 9-team event in such a short period of time. So based off of that, team will either play 3 or 4 round robin games depending on where it's slotted in within the schedule. So that's all in place, and then the day 4 will be the day where the top 2 teams from each pool will advance to a semifinal and then either a bronze or gold medal game. So the semifinals are based off of the first team in Pool A versus the second team in Pool B, and then obviously the opposite on the other side for the second semifinal. So that's how the 9-team schedule is going to work for you when you get up to Dawson Creek. So this information is available now on the BC Hockey website. So again, under Championships, you click Schedule Scores, and you click Pee Wee Tier 3. It's going to take you to the schedule to show you the times of the games. As well, you can get access to it through our mobile app. Download the BC Hockey app if you don't have it, and then you basically go to the score section, and you make sure on the Pee Wee Tier 3 you select the drop down Pee Wee Tier 3, and the schedule's there, scrolling over to the right days. So all this information is posted there. The scores will be posted up on the website as soon as the game's over. The games will be live scored to the best of the host committee's ability during the game. So you're going to have your statistics, what's going on, score mobile type feature. We'll have that all in place to make sure for those that aren't able to get up to Dawson Creek from your parent group or friends and family, that they're able to follow along. Certified roster. So this is an important one that we want to make sure everyone's aware of. So your certified roster, it can be found through the HCR. So if you want to go into your profile for your team and just to double check everything, because only players and team staff that are marked as approved are eligible to take part in the championships. Anyone that's marked as ineligible cannot participate. So we highly recommend that everyone goes and double checks your roster just to make sure you're completely set. We want to make sure that everyone is aware and knows who's eligible to participate prior to getting to the championship. And then with these rosters, what's going to happen on our end is the admin staff here take a copy of the HCR roster from there, and we send it to our BC Hockey rep for the championship. So our rep's going to have a printout of every roster, and what's going to happen is at the coach manager's meeting, they're going to review it with you, and you as the manager or the coach will be required to sign off on the roster. And this is to make sure everything is set. So by taking these steps before you get there next weekend, we'll make sure it's a much smoother transition and there's no concerns. And this really is just a double check and a reminder, just because we want to make sure everything is in place and ready to go. The equipment checklist is another important component that we want to make sure that everyone is aware on your team leading up to the championship. So the equipment checklist, so on the top left graphic there, that's the bottom page on our championships homepage. So if you scroll all the way down, you'll see it says equipment checklist, and it's a link to a PDF document. That PDF document's on the right side there. And what this is going to be is a checklist that our rep or the officiating supervisor that's going to go through prior to your first game. And what we're doing here is checking the condition of the equipment to make sure that it's safe and everything is eligible to participate. So that what they want to do here is go through, we put the thoughts or put the information there that you can see beforehand. So if there's any issues with equipment or that need to be addressed, we ask these are addressed beforehand. It's much easier having this done before you get there and not having to scramble before the start of the first game. So please pass this on to your parent group. Make sure that they're aware of it. Let them know that this is going to happen. This will take place before the first game. And they can make sure that everything is good to go. If there's any questions or clarifications needed, what you can do is you can ask them now, or you can email championships@bchockey.net, and that's the general inbox for all of our championships. And we'll answer you and make sure that any questions are answered before you head into the championship next weekend. Okay, the coach managers meeting is going to be held the day before the first day of games for the championships. Most likely, it's going to be held after the banquet on the Saturday, just because all the teams are going to be together. It is mandatory to have someone from your team attend here. We highly recommend that the coach and the manager both attend this meeting to make sure that you're fully up to speed on everything. The meeting is led by our BC Hockey representative. The host committee chair will be there to provide any questions or answers to questions that might come up from an operation logistical standpoint, as well as the officiating supervisor will be in attendance. So the officiating supervisor will be there to go over any questions, confirm that we're playing under Hockey Canada playing rules, confirming that there's no overtime in round robin. There's overtime in the semis and the medal rounds. The overtime format is Hockey Canada playing rules, which is a 10-minute sudden death period. If no one scores, there's a flood, and then you play another 20. And if there's no score after that 20, it's a flood, and you play at 20, and that's continuous till someone scores. So that'll be clarified with everyone. as well as going over the tie-breaking procedure, providing information to you so you're fully up to speed for the weekend. And the one thing you're going to be asked is to have documents signed by your players, you as a team staff, as well as your parents. And these are the Fair Play Code documents. These are very important because we're looking at ensuring that we're creating a positive environment on and off the ice. We want this to be a fantastic experience for everyone, and we want to ensure that our players, team staff, and parents understand those expectations and understand what we're asking them before they arrive at the arena and what we're looking for in terms of creating the environment. We want it to be positive. We want it to be a great week. We know it's highly competitive with it being BC Hockey Championships, and we just want to reaffirm what the expectations are for everyone in terms of their actions on and off the ice. So that's it. We wanted to provide this information to you to make sure that you're fully prepared before you arrive, that any answers or any questions that you have are answered. Welcome to put the questions in now. We haven't received any yet. If you can think of something afterwards, you can always email our championships@bchockey.net email address, and we'll get right back to you on them. So if there are no questions, thank you for your time this morning. I wish you the best of luck in next weekend, and I hope it's a great experience for everyone.